What's going on, everyone? This is Vance, and this is my show where I talk about everything that has happened in the past week. And the only thing I really wanted to bring up in this video is Eminem's new album controversy. First, let me start off by saying that yes, I am a huge Eminem fan, so I may be a little biased, but at the end of the day, it's still my opinion, and I would love to know what you thought of this whole album controversy thing in the comment section down below. For those that don't know, Eminem dropped a surprise album Friday night at midnight called Kamikaze. After first listens, Kamikaze got a lot of praise but also a lot of hate on Twitter. This album was reportedly a response album to the critical hate that Eminem's last album, Revival, got. Some of the lyrics on this album include anti-Trump, domestic violence, but the biggest thing that everyone is talking about is a lyric that has a homophobic slur in it. Although the slur is bleeped out, it is aimed towards Tyler the Creator to make it look like a homophobic bullying situation. The biggest reason why people are up in arms and so upset over it is because we just had a situation where news broke out of Jamel Miles. I'm not going to go into details about it, but I will link to a video in the description down below. And here's what I'll say about it is that for people to get offended over this Eminem album just alone, those people really shouldn't listen to Eminem's older stuff, because if you're offended by this, then you will not like any of Eminem's older stuff, like any of his like show type of albums, like the Eminem Show, Curtain Call, or his Marshall Mathers LP, or even Slim Shady LP. You just won't like what he says, and I can assure you he won't, because Eminem was 1,000 times worse in the early 2000s, and a lot of people did not like him. He was known for being the controversial rapper. He was known for being the white boy controversial rapper spinning in America's face and all this other stuff. But here's the thing that people seem to miss. In I think 2002 possibly, he did a song, he did a Grammy performance, a whole Grammy performance that was filmed live across nations and the whole country. He did a whole Grammy performance with Elton John. So to call Eminem homophobic is a little off-putting. You can, what it basically falls down to is that Eminem just doesn't care about anybody's feelings. Like that's what it really comes down to. It doesn't come down to if Eminem is being this type of way. It's not coming down to if Eminem is being this type of way or that type of way. It's coming down to how much Eminem cares. And on this album, which personally I loved Kamikaze, but I know a lot of people didn't like it. Personally, to me, this was the old Slim Shady. This is Eminem when it was the Eminem Show, when it was Curtain Call, when it was Encore, when it was Slim Shady LP, when it was Marshall Mathers LP. When it was all those albums and like probably Relapse and all those when it was like all those albums, those were like the best Eminem. Those were the most controversial Eminem. Those were the Eminem that got him in trouble with a lot of people. But at the same time, he did a whole Grammy performance with Elton John, and I know some people will say like, oh, that doesn't like take away from anything. He still said it. I get that, and I understand why people are mad about it. But at the same time, you're not gonna like, if you don't like Eminem for being controversial, then you shouldn't really listen to Eminem. He's always been controversial. He kind of had a falling off moment, and it's crazy to think people think he should retire, because after this album, he's not really retiring. But to me, it's just crazy how people think like, oh, Eminem is controversial. Like he's really just starting his controversy back up now. But that about wraps it up for the show. But I would love to know what you think in the comment section down below. If you want to watch my last video, then click right here. If you want to subscribe to my channel, then click right here. And if you want to keep in touch or just suggest more stories to me, then follow me at Twitter at @TheVanceWallace. Like, comment, and share, and I will see you next time.